There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims.
Welcome to SS News. Today, we're exploring the celebrities who voiced concerns about seeing P. Diddy Combs long before his 2024 arrest and indictment. While the news shocked many, some in the industry had already spoken out, sharing their experiences and raising alarms well ahead of the public fallout. In this segment, we take a look at the early warnings that hinted at the controversy to come.
We're just starting to scratch the surface of what this case, this case is going to touch and involve.
Kanye West, in hindsight, we probably should have picked up on the clues whenever someone mentioned a puffy party. In a 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe shared her experience at a Diddy party, saying everyone there was, quote, butt naked.
Stop talking. We met Chloe's new crew of friends. And all I said was, yes. Then I stopped. All I said was yes.
Khloe's former brother-in-law, Kanye West, also made remarks about Diddy that take on new meaning now. In 2022, West referred to Sean Combs as a Fed, claiming he had betrayed others to avoid serving jail time himself.
That's why you got to me. Part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car.
Since West is infamous for making wild, often baseless accusations, his statements initially blended in with his other tirades. Even now, it's difficult to determine whether his claims were grounded in truth. However, in light of Combs' current legal troubles, West's words now carry the weight of a possible warning, whether or not he genuinely had any inside information.
I don't know if it's a party. I'm saying that metaphorically, you know what I'm saying?
But you've heard about the parties that everyone is talking about. But you've never got invited to them. So.
I don't know. I don't even know what the party. That's how far out of it I am.
Usher, back when he was just starting out in the music industry, was only 13 years old when he spent a year living with Sean Combs. He opened up about that time during a 2016 interview with Howard Stern, shedding some light on what it was like to be under Diddy's wing at such a young age.
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
Although Usher described the experience as fun on the surface, he hinted at something more unsettling beneath it all. He admitted that he didn't, quote, understand what he was even looking at, end quote, suggesting that some very curious and questionable things were happening around him during that time.
I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
My number.
Yeah.
555.
Yes.
5555.
Perhaps most telling of all, Usher made it clear that he wouldn't want his own children attending puffy camp like he once did. Despite this, Usher's protege, Justin Bieber, later spent 48 hours with Combs. While it may be purely speculative, the fake phone number Bieber reportedly gave to Combs afterward now feels more like a subtle cry for help than just a playful gesture.
I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the disdain that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here.
Maze, who rose to fame in the 90s as Diddy's hype man, also known by his real name Mason Durrell Betha, released 3 studio albums under Bad Boy Records. However, despite their early success together, Maze eventually had a major falling out with Sean Combs and the label that helped launch his career.
That's facts. I got the receipt.
Second album, you gave money to do second album, never delivered.
Did the album, never delivered. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go back and forth with Mace. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back and forth with nobody.
Leading up to his former collaborator's arrest, Mace accused Combs of cheating him with a $20,000 publishing deal and withholding his royalties for decades. In response, during a 2022 interview, Combs claimed that Mace actually owed him $3 million, adding another layer of tension to their long-standing feud.
Dawn had the choice to file the case as a Jane Doe, and she chose not to do that. After giving it a fair amount of thought, she wants accountability, she wants justice.
Nevertheless, Combs returned the publishing rights to Maze and several other Bad Boy artists the following year. Although Maze was one of the first to publicly call out Combs over royalty issues, he certainly wasn't the last. In 2024, former bandmate Don Richard filed a lawsuit against Combs, citing, among other claims, approximately $5 million in unpaid earnings.
I sure hope I have Club Shay Shay after this year.
It's gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
It's gonna be.
The greatest thing floating in 2024. Mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business.
Cat Williams.
And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipt for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Comedian Cat Williams is no stranger to legal troubles and allegations of abusive behavior, which has led some to question his credibility. However, in January 2024, Williams made several pointed remarks about scene comms that would take on new significance in the months that followed. During an appearance on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast, Williams spoke about the now notorious Diddy parties, cautioning people to simply say no if ever invited.
I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling.
Come on, man.
While his reasons were somewhat vague, Williams expressed particular concern about protecting a specific area of his body. He didn't elaborate further, but he did take another jab at Combs later in the interview, suggesting there were deeper issues he wasn't ready to fully disclose.
I am a very strict and focused businesswoman because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy.
The recent allegations surrounding Combs' so-called freak-out parties and claims of abuse have given Williams' words a new context. Aubrey O'Day, a singer and reality star, has also found herself linked to both Donald Trump and Diddy. Once mentored by Combs, O'Day later appeared on the 5th season of The Celebrity Apprentice, further intertwining her career with both figures.
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
wow. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
When O'Day mentioned her association with Diddy, Trump was quick to shower him with praise. However, O'Day tiptoed around her former boss, hesitant to label him a good guy as Trump had described him. She carefully avoided commenting on Diddy's character, keeping her thoughts on the matter vague.
Listening to Gene Deal, his bodyguard.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he had a really astonishing...
You should hear the one he's not saying. It's even crazier.
Right. So he's got stuff in the tuck that he hasn't put out there?
Everybody does.
During a 2019 interview with Variety, O'Day opened up further about her time on the Diddy-produced Making the Band. She revealed, "We were scared to death of what would happen with Puff each day. I experienced everything from racist remarks to sexism, and a lot of it was scary." O'Day shared that her experience on the show was filled with intense fear and unsettling incidents.
I have broken up with somebody.
Who?
I don't want to say
Another person?
Maybe.
Okay.
Wendy Williams.
This is a beautiful dress, by the way, that she has on. And Puffy, you look great for all the hard partying.
After being fired from Hot 97 in 1998, Wendy Williams accused Combs of playing a role in her dismissal. In 2004, Williams wrote that she would never forget the hell Combs put her through, yet she clarified that she didn't hate him. On a 2015 episode of her show, Williams commented on the allegations that Casey Ventura was hiding from Combs, adding another layer to the complex history between the two.
You are exhausting me. Let me tell you something. This week has been hella exhausting.
Williams painted Combs as a mogul you can't escape. The same year, Williams asked Jennifer Lopez if she would ever get back together with Combs, to which Lopez's mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, essentially answered with a look that spoke volumes. Although Lopez and Combs reconciled in 2017, viewers have been eagerly awaiting Williams' take on Combs in the wake of his recent arrest.
He get them boys from the west side of Brigham Mall.
Curtis James Jackson Ew, better known as 50 Cent, is another major figure with a long-standing feud with Combs. It all began with 50 Cent's 2006 diss track, The Bomb, in which he alleged that Combs had connections to the murder of Biggie Smalls. This bold accusation kicked off a heated rivalry between the two that has persisted over the years.
That's not really beef though, that's just competitive.
Competitiveness.
All right, so you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
While there's still little concrete evidence to support that conspiracy theory, in October 2023, 50 Cent further elaborated on his beef with Diddy. He described Diddy's parties as uncomfortable, suggesting there was more to their ongoing tension than just a professional rivalry.
I guess this means I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons.
During his final lap tour, 50 Cent made a bold statement, saying that Diddy would hug you from the front and the back at the same time. 50 Cent has only grown more vocal about Combs in the aftermath of the raid on his homes. It's also been reported that 50 Cent sold a docuseries titled Did He Do It?, further fueling the ongoing public tension between the two.
These rumors or allegations are true. It would make sense he would be able to get away with it for so long because people would be afraid.
Speaking of conspiracies, 50 Cent has also claimed that Combs was involved in getting Tupac Shakur killed. While there isn't much evidence to support this accusation, it's worth noting that Tupac himself was also skeptical of Combs. Tupac had a complicated and often contentious relationship with him, which added fuel to the ongoing speculation surrounding their ties.
Back up my plan, but this is not for the world to know about.
In a 1995 interview with Vibe magazine, Shakur was asked if he believed Combs was connected to his shooting the year before. Shakur didn't hesitate, responding with, "I believe so," and adding, "It's between me and him, and only he knows."
I think that was a bad move, dude. You know what I'm saying? To me. Yeah, but show some love, brother love.
Claims made by Jones include hidden cameras in the rap mogul's home, saying, quote, Mr. Combs allegedly threatened to eat Mr. Jones's face in order to get what he wants.